Good evening. Good evening. Thank you for joining us for TOGA Motorsport's live coverage of round 4 of the Rookie Wednesday Championship. Already we have some people in when we are multi-streaming on Twitch and YouTube. We have Julius in the chat, and we also have Julius in the comms box. We've got BRT, good luck all, and thank you TOGA once again. It's always a pleasure. I hope you're all doing well at BRT. Magi, good luck to all, absolutely. So this is the penultimate round. Round 5, I believe the voting was on Discord, and it looks like it was going to be Monza, I think. So that's going to be interesting. It's double points as well, so the championship is looking good. I will show you the standings in a minute. Just a very quick thing. I'm sure everyone's aware of the really silly rules that Twitch have brought out about multi-streaming. So I'm not allowed to mention the other platform we're streaming on, but I'm sure if you're on it, you know YouTube. Welcome all. Please like, subscribe. If you're on that platform, you can become a member for $2.99. If you're on Twitch, then feel free to give us a follow. And yeah, if you're feeling very generous, subscribe is always good. So yeah, so let's have a quick look at the standings before we get into the commentary. So let me just bring this up. There we go. So our person in P1 at the moment has been very, very consistent. It's Magnus Backstad. P1, we've got in number 2, we've got Fleischmann Christian, hopefully I've said that right, with 93 points. There's only 1 point. Backstad is on 94 and Christian is on 93. Backstad has unfortunately been disqualified for being too quick, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I've got Bruno Battiglin, who's in technically 4th but 3rd, if that makes sense, with 68 points. We've got Dexter Cray in 5th place with his Audi R8 with 49 points. Dean Perry and Tom Dussel have been disqualified for being too quick. In P8 we've got Jodoc Hammerell in the McLaren, and he has a 5-second penalty. I believe that's maybe for not starting, I don't know. Number 9 we've got Brian Ritz in the Advantage. In the 31 points, and in 10th place we've got Vasco de Gamer with another McLaren with 27 points. So it's quite close at the top, but it's certainly at the moment, bearing in mind we've got full points to give out this race, but we've also got double points in the last race, so that could change absolutely everything for that, which is going to be interesting. So good evening, Julius.
Good evening.
Are you well?
Yes, I'm well, and track seems to be also well conditioned, so
yeah,
looking forward.
It's going to be a good.
It's been always a pleasure to watch these rookie races.
I have to say the driving standard has been really good with them. Close racing. And it was Indianapolis the last race, and that ended up going right down to the wire, the very final lap. So yeah, absolutely. Shez, you're allowed to mention both platforms, however you're not allowed to show both chats. Well, yeah, but it's a bit more complicated than that. I did watch Dan Clancy on a stream. If you don't know who Dan Clancy is, he's the CEO of Twitch, and he explained why you're not allowed to show a multi-chat of other platforms that you're streaming to for that. So yeah, it is what it is. Everybody knows we've got a YouTube channel, we've got a Twitch channel, we also have a Kick channel, which we haven't actually explored too much. We've also got TikTok, we've got Instagram, Twitter, you name it, we've got it. So Julius, do you think tonight Backstad could win this race in the Porsche?
It could be him, but also watching down. Last time I was saying that Leishman Christian will have some sort of issues because he's in the McLaren and McLaren is not that great
Yep.
in Kyalami. But then we have to look now. We have in P5 Bruno Pateron, so maybe but also we know Backstad, he's fast driver, and now this is only a practice, but as it stands, the difference is 6/10.
Yep.
But still have to say that Backstad is already half second getting better this lap, so.
Absolutely, and I mean, Christian has just put himself into 6th place, but that's David has now put himself in 5th place. I was just about to say the McLaren's not as high up as possible, but as Julius has said, yeah, there's no Julien tonight, Ches. We've sacked Julien. Julius is doing such a better job than Julien, so but yeah, so I mean the McLaren is at a disadvantage on this track, so I think the fact you've got double points for the last race, that there's not as much pressure on you in this race, do you think, Julius?
Yeah, exactly, because with the win you get 40 points, so it will be 80 points, so it can be, if you're down on like even 50 points and you're in like P4, you can still win the championship, because in difference in double points between the first and like 8, it's massive. It's a lot, the difference in points.
Yep, absolutely. We've seen some, so this is the rookie season for anyone who's maybe just joining in, not quite sure what's going on. We have limits to how fast you can be. If you exceed those limits in qualifying or racing, you are then disqualified in the nicest possible way. So you are, because you're too fast. It's only fair that rookies can race amongst rookies. And I was in this championship for a very short period of time, but it is disheartening when there are really fast drivers, and we need to give everyone an opportunity to do qualifying and do a race. So if we find in race 1 somebody's not quite as quick, but all of a sudden they're really quick in another one, then they get looked at, they get spoken to by admin in a really nice, friendly way. And it is what it is. We can't look into the future and predict what people are going to do. So they need to be given opportunities. So yeah, this is certainly, it's a very close. I mean, every championship we have in TOGA, Julius, is so very close. Like either P1 and P2 or P1, P2, P3. It just shows that the standard of driving in amongst all the driving skills.
Yeah, that's correct. We have seen in all championships, at least in lately times, that there's always a fight. There's always it like you can say the very cliche thing about it's not over until it's over, but it actually works, because if we think about the multi-class. And whoa, that was really close between the faces in BRT. Is he a BRT driver?
Who, Fast?
Yes.
P3, yeah, BRT.
Yeah. So in Pateron and face differences.
It's 100th.
Yeah.
Not even a 100th. It's like 5,000th of a second between the two of them.
Yeah. And this is just what I was going to talk about. We see multi-class, it was so close, and then in the other championships too. And in the endurance championships there's still a lot of going on, and it is in Saturday, the race, so if you have nothing else to do, then join TOGA with 10 hour stream and
Yeah, it's
There is
going.
also a lot of positions still in.
Yeah, it's going to be epic. I was meant to be racing for Tobbs Esports in it, but with
Yes, no. We
yeah.
see you driving, and he was like, "No, we don't want this."
They were like, oh my god, we've seen him in the rookie championships, we don't want him anywhere near an esports team. But just with some things that's going on in my life, it's not something absolutely Ches. It's not something that I couldn't just put the practice in, and that's it. And I didn't want to insult Ches or any of the other drivers and Tobbs by putting in a half-hearted attempt at it. So I will revisit that at a later time. Do you realise Christian has just made us out to be liars?
Yeah, it was some cup, but now watch Pateron. Well, it's really close.
It is so close, and Ritz
And
actually
now
goes in.
Rich,
Yep, absolutely. I think if I'm
and
right,
it look like we have BRT drivers in a very good position.
yep. So Ritz is a BRT, Fass is a
Yes, same with
BRT,
Face
and
Decover.
Decoyer is in as well. Top 5 are 3 BRT drivers. Absolutely amazing, and beautiful liveries. I absolutely love those liveries. So yeah, as Julius was saying, on Saturday from 12 p.m. British, no, it's not British summertime anymore. It's Greenwich Mean Time. We will be hosting a 10-hour race, endurance league race at Suzuka. So the way it's going to be is we will be live streaming the way we are tonight on Twitch and also on YouTube. Well, I will do part 1, which will be from 12 p.m. till 5 p.m. with a couple of breaks in between. And then, 12 p.m. till 4:30 in the afternoon, and then Ollie will take over from 4:30 till the end, basically. Is how it's going to be. And I don't know if Julius is available, because it's always great having Julius in the comms with us, but I'm sure if he can, he will be there for any part of it as well. So the YouTube, so the streams will stop at 4:30, and then they'll start again. So don't worry if you think we're cutting it short. We're not, basically.
You can think it as a commercial break.
Exactly, a chance to go and get something to eat, or a chance to go and speak to your family you haven't seen for 5 hours.
Yeah. And what comes to my part on joining the event, let's say it this way, I would really want to, but there's still a couple things that are a bit wide open, so there's a big if I can make it.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing, there are positions going in TOGA all the time, whether it's stewarding, commentary, staff, drivers, anything at all. We do have in the description, there's a link on our Twitch channel. There's also a link down below in the YouTube description for our Discord. If you jump in there, you can apply, so you can. And we are always as flexible as we can be in terms of things. So the likes of tonight, I should be racing tonight, but because unfortunately Ollie has other commitments on, I've stepped back from the championship to be able to do the commentary. But it's not a big issue for me, because I'm pretty much last, so I wasn't losing anything from it. If I was first, I would probably be racing, but yeah. Ches, as I said, love to join you guys one day. Ches, absolutely. At the end of the day, so it is a bit daunting. I mean, the last endurance I did was Spa, and I think I went for 4 or 5 hours, but it's tiring. I mean, people think you just sit and watch a screen, but it is actually tiring. And we kind of spoke about this in the previous race, where we're not just looking at one screen. I've got 3 screens on at the moment. I've got one for chat, I've got one for the game, and the other one is for the streaming software, but also the race control software, so that I can change views and cameras and things like that. So it's a full-time job. So it is. Ches, you haven't done commentating in ages. It'll be like riding a bike. Within minutes, you will be just in that sweet spot. So we have Friday evening from, I believe it's 7:45 GMT. Will be Ollie and Julius for the Porsche Cup GB. Saturday will be the endurance race, and Sunday evening will be from 7:30 GMT. Will be Hayden, who is the owner of TOGA, and he'll be commentating on the winter championship. So not to be missed.
Yeah, and also for the Winter Cup, it's been involved a custom POP from LFM.
And this is why Julius is here.
And it will be the first one.
Absolutely.
Of what we have here at TOGA. And some of you may not know, I don't actually know all the specs, and I don't wanna be in wrong at anything, so I don't gonna say how many kilograms is with that car and with that car, but custom BOB basically works like that. We have all the cars, not actually every car in game, but let's say between the two Ferraris. So we have 488 Evo and 296, and it's been worked basically like that. If we take Kyalami, this is not the actual numbers, but from Ferrari, the new Ferrari, it's been taking like 30 kilogram more, and so it makes them somewhat not 100% equal cars, but very close together. So that's basically what the point of the custom BOP, to make cars as equal as possible.
Absolutely. So you have the likes of the Bentley, or the Boatley as it's known. It hasn't been updated for a long time, and it is an amazing car. I used to love driving the Bentley. So it has been updated, and so is everything else. So as Julie said, it's about trying to keep the cars as level performance-wise as possible. If one car is absolutely on fire, not literally, so say for instance the BMW is the car which we call BOP, which is balance over performance. So if it's got the BOP and it's it's faster than every other car, it's then given a ballast which then slows it down, and some ballast might be taken off, say the McLaren for instance, because the McLaren's not as strong at this track as other ones are. So that's how it works. So we've taken it from LFM, which has worked really well for LFM so far. It's been nothing but positive comments about how the BOP is going. And as Julie said, you've got the 488 Ferrari, you've got the old Porsche coming back out. People are going back into cars that they love to drive, and they couldn't drive because they weren't competitive. But now they've been brought back in. It has brought every car. I've seen LFM with Lexus, and things like that. So yeah, absolutely. FLX, well, Craig is qualified because
it's also.
It's on you good, Julius.
Go on.
I was just going to read out FLX. Well, Craig is qualified because of time limit. So yes, so we have qualifying time and we have race time. Now don't forget that was practice. They have shown that they're quick. We've got stewards and mods on tonight already looking at everything. So if any driver goes over, is faster than the time limit that's been specified for qualifying and or racing, then they will be disqualified. They won't be disqualified instantly tonight, that's not fair in them, but they will be spoken to by admin for that, and they will be asked to remove themselves. So they will. Ches, you say this, nerf everything except for the Jag. Oh, poor Jag. Leave the Jag alone. Mikael Backstad, go Backstad. We're watching. He is on screen at the moment, so let's see. George, good evening. I hope you're well. Hope you've had a good day. Hope it's not been too bad for you. Sorry, Julius, I interrupted you.
No, I was just going to say that the whole BOP thing will, at the moment, affect every single car in game, but I do believe, because it's new thing, it's been, what, couple of weeks now?
Yep.
Not over a month, so it will change
It will.
over time.
Absolutely. So the GT World, who are the owners of the actual real life GT racing around the world, they already have this custom bot for every track, where the cars will be filled with ballast or remove ballast or things like that. So what Kunis has done is opened up that BOP and allowed it to be changed according to certain things. So LFM did for a while hot laps, and basically had people on there doing hot laps, as many people as possible in different cars, and then they got an average of the cars that were quicker, cars that were slower, and they changed the bop according to those hot laps. So it's not a case of somebody's randomly decided to change all the ballast in all the cars. It's down to scientific data that they've done this, and it's made championships so much. Even in LFM, even on the 25-minute races, if you go onto it, it'll be much more competitive. It'll be much closer together because the cars are more equal. You'll never get an absolute equal line, but they're more than they were, and the times are so much closer now. Everybody's loving it, from the aliens down to rookies like myself. We're all loving the custom bop. So yes, that is going to be on for the Saturday server. So it is. George, you're on your way to work.
Monday.
Hopefully you can get back home tomorrow morning, as a storm could cause some disruption. Oh, well, have a safe evening, George, and hopefully it's not too bad.
Sorry, Mac, I need to correct you again. You said this concept takes on Saturday, but it's on Sunday.
What, the endurance?
The BOP.
Oh, I thought it was on endurance.
We were talking about BOP, and then you just drop it on the endurance part.
Is it not on the endurance one?
No, it's on Winter Cup.
It's a Winter Cup. My apologies. I was a race too early. So Sunday night's Winter Championship is going to be LFM bot, not the endurance. My apologies. That's why Julius is here. That's one of Julius's main jobs, is to be my carer and make sure I don't get anything I say wrong, which I do, and he beautifully corrects me. So he does.
Oh my god, this craze lap.
Crea 141.7. That is almost a second quicker than what the time limit is.
Yeah, and from P5 it's from Batagling it's 5 tenths for Priatko, who is back it's 7 tenths, 10 for Backstad 8 tenths, for Ritz 9 tenths, and for Christian over a second.
So the top 3 drivers technically are out of bounds in terms of their times.
And Backstad again in the grey area.
Yeah. So we'll try and keep an eye on as many different qualifying laps as we can. You can see McLaren getting out of there.
Ritz is on a good lap.
Ritz is on is 5 tenths up already.
6 tenths.
Absolutely making that Aston Martin work for him. I think
and the livery.
They're the only 3 Aston Martins. So it'll be easy to spot, apart from the fact they've got the BRT livery. They have the Aston Martin. So you just need to be careful of that corner, the huge sausage curb. It will send you into a wall, it will send you into space. It will just be horrible to hit that in the wrong way. So it's always better, just as Ritz has lost a lot of time in the last sector there.
Yeah, and in Kyalami it's very easy to, at least in the last sector, because you have those corners where you can lose a lot of time when you come I don't remember which corner at the name, but when you come down the hill, up the hill,
Yep.
and you have the braking marker just when car has got over to the top, and in there, if you kind of went too wrong with the braking, the car is gonna go to like too into the corner, which will take your corner exit, and then there's a long straight, which have a little kink into the left, but it's still a straight with flat out.
Yep.
So if you miss the corner up the hill, you're gonna lose a lot of time because you have bad exit, which means you have not that great top speed for the straight, and there you can lose a lot of time.
Yep.
So that's one of those corners where you need to nail the apex, and also the one with the big bump.
You can see that Aston Martin absolutely bouncing everywhere. Tippy, good evening. How are you doing, Tippy? Good to see you in the chat. So just looking at Ritz. So that Ritz is going through the last sector, which Julius has just explained. He's got this left hand 90 degree, and then you want the best drive you can because it's such a long straight down the start finish straight now. But he's starting now a fast lap. I don't know if he's tweaked something in his setup, but certainly in
I think it was just fuel. Actually,
right, okay. Because he lost 5-6 tenths in the last 4 corners. Maybe
he had exceeded the fuel.
Yeah, that could be.
And that's why he might have lost it, because straight after the line, he stopped and went to pit, and it was just again hit the play and go back.
Yeah. Just keeping an eye. Battiglin is 600ths faster than his previous time. He's on an absolute flyer at the moment with that BMW. Beautiful livery that he's got. He's just crossing. He is going to improve. Not a huge amount, but he's down to a 142.2.
Under the half-second mark.
Yeah,
has
absolutely.
Been crossed, but still crazy. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Very quick today.
Absolutely. Prideco is certainly pushing himself. Prideco on the previous championships was driving the Mercedes AMG GT3, and has now moved
he has switched to Audi.
He's moved on to the Audi, and he is the only. Sorry, Craze's got an Audi as well. But yeah, this is quite interesting. How it's Decoyer is now down to 14th out of the 3 BRTs. Fass is P5. He is back at the pits at the moment. There's just over 3.5 minutes left of the qualifying, and then we'll be into the race.
Yeah, and Pateron is having a good lap so far.
Certainly is, absolutely. So just to remind you...
Now we just gotta see if he can nail the last sector.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's 15-minute qualifying and a 50-minute race. There is a 1 mandatory pit stop, which requires fuel and tyres. That pit window is only 20 minutes in total for that, so it doesn't give you a huge amount of time. Normally if you if you race, say, 45-minute LFMs or in any other championship, it might be half an hour or 40 minutes, which gives you more of an opportunity to decide where you're going to pit, whereas 20 minutes doesn't give you as much opportunity. George, you'll be in the Winter Cup with the Honda, loving it with the LFM race series. There's quite a few have went back to the Honda, I noticed, George. And as I said earlier on, the Lexus as well. I saw one or two people driving the Lexus.
Oh, Prietko was having a very good lap, but he binned it in the fast corner.
Oh, man.
That long right-hander.
He's still up, though, at the moment. He's still 2/10 now. Yeah, he was losing it. He
was almost 6/10 faster, but he got the track limits.
Yeah. So
and now he just quit the lap.
Yeah. Oh, Backstad all over the curbs there. He has got Pateron ahead of him. This is an out lap for Backstad, so I dare say he will listen off, let Pateron go, so he's got a bit of free air, a bit of free track to race on. But this is now crunch time. If you're going to go out, you have to be out now. It's roughly a 141, 142 for that. So there's quite a few in the pits. I'm actually quite surprised to see.
Yeah, it is very weird. And also now Backstad is 9/10 down. He doesn't need too much, like 2/10 will put him in the P4. Almost in P3, but he have to get better lap.
Yep. And he hasn't actually lessened off. I thought he would leave a bigger gap between him and Pateron, because Pateron's obviously on a charge as well. But Backstad going for it at the moment is up, but we're talking about hundredths of a second at the moment in that Porsche. I see Yeshin has popped themselves into P3 at the moment with the Ferrari, which is good to see. Prico in 4th. Fastest McLaren is Christian in P5. Yeah, just looking back.
Yeah, and when we think that McLaren's worst track is this one, and he's still as far, for now, ahead of Backstad.
Yep.
It's massive thing, and it's not in the favor for Backstad, but his lap, now he's 4/10 up. Yep. So I do believe he's gonna maintain that.
Yeah, absolutely. George, the contrast between single player handling and BOP is massive. I haven't played single player in a long time, but I can imagine how much different it is now. It's brought everything together. LFM, I don't know if you found it, George, but it's so much closer in terms of timing for qualifying and races. So Cray is still out. Prico has crossed the line, can't improve on his P4. Backstad.
Now what? Backstad is a massive lap. It would put him in P3, I believe.
P3, indeed, as Julius just forecast.
I have good mathematics.
Yeah, right.
I said I have not, but now it seems I have little bit issues with the speaking today. I don't know why.
You just find days like that.
Maybe I overthink what I say, but when I was talking about the track, it sounded much better in my head, and then I started to speak. And it must be that I forgot the one corner name, so I started to overthink why you missed it, because I should be the Mr. Memory Bank.
See,
that's why I don't want to miss these things.
I'm old, so that's my excuse for messing up. We're all human at the end of the day. Pizzato is the only person that's still out on track, and he's like 5 seconds slower. So it looks like we have our top. We have 24 cars.
Ray is also on the lap.
Yeah.
And now crossing the line.
Improves again, a 141.662. So yeah, we will see, but it will be dealt with. It's a 142.5 is the fastest limit for qualifying FLX. So yeah, the top 3, top 4, top 5. Top 5 are too quick, basically. But I can see the stewards room, I can see the mods, I can see the staff, and I can see who's in it. So it will be dealt with FLX. But this is the thing, if they weren't as quick on other laps, then it's not shown until they get to a track, which they are. So I'm going to take a very quick break. I don't know, Julius, if you feel like running through the grid or even the top 10.
Yeah, I can run the grid. Oh, yeah. Now this is gonna be again a lot, so if I need to breathe in between, I can do it. But okay, so in P1 we have Gray in Audi. In P2 it's Bruno Pateron in BMW. Then P3 we have Backstad, who is currently the championship leader. And then in P4 we have Ferrari, Yeshan. In P5 we have Briatko. P6 is our P2 in the championship, Christian. And then BRT gonna be happy about it. We have in P7 Face, and P8 is Rich. In P9 we have Harshana, Pisato in P10, PP in P11, Gregorelli P12, P13 is Phillips, P14 is Booth. In 15th place is McLaren of Hammerle, and coming in 16 we have another McLaren of David. Then we have a last Aston Martin, Ecover, and in P18 we have Concept in McLaren and Williams in also McLaren. Then we have another Williams in Ferrari in P20. In P21 is Engdahl in McLaren. Then we have VJ in Ferrari and Proschini in Ferrari, and last place is Laurent in Porsche.
You take a well-deserved rest now. It's not easy when you're reading through the entire grid. Michael is not down to me, but following the rules, the top 5 qualified quicker than what the fastest time limit was. So that's down to the staff to deal with from that.
Yeah, I don't wanna say this because I might sound a bit idiot, but I have one solution maybe for the future. If some driver crosses the point of being too fast, there could be in future a possibility of adding some ballast.
Or, here's another one, give them a time penalty.
Yeah, that's also true.
Give them a stop-go penalty or a drive-through or something that would then...
I think drive-through or stop-go is a little bit too hard.
Yeah, it could be.
Well, stop-go is not once there is mandatory pit stop, but if it's not pit stop mandatory, then it's like you have to pit, so...
Yeah. Mr. Suspicious...
But drive-through I think is a bit too much, because if you're like second over the limit in quali and then you have what takes to like 40 seconds to drive through the pit, depends on a track, so I think being a 1 second too quick and get 40-second penalty. But if race is 60 minutes, that means you can be a minute faster.
Absolutely. We are racing. We've got green lights. Let's have a look and see. Cray ahead at the moment. Bataglan having a look but easing off. But look at Prideco sliding up into P3 there under braking. Looks like he's made that stick back. Oh, Backstad looked like a really... Oh, yeah, Backstad got a terrible jump off the sausage curbs. That has now cost him. He's side by side with the McLaren of Christian. And you can see we've got a little bit of carnage behind. But again, no red flag. Well done to everybody driving. This is a three-way battle we have for P4 at the moment.
Yes, I didn't even notice the race started. Sorry.
It's okay, it's okay. I didn't want to interrupt your flow because what you were saying was quite important. So, yeah, so Ritz has just passed as well. So Ritz up into P7 behind his teammate Fass in the Aston Martin. The backstad is the cork in this bottle at the moment. I heard someone saying that the other night. I thought that's an amazing thing to say. So, yeah, I mean, Backstad really needs to push because he's got his championship rival right behind him in the McLaren. And Fass.
Yes, but also Christian has problems with Fass coming.
Yeah, absolutely. Fass right on the bumper of that McLaren. You can see the Porsche so much better through there. There's a heavy braking into the left turn.
Oh, Fass is really close. And now McLaren has the worst brakes.
Yep.
Than Aston Martin, so let's see if Fass is gonna pass him in the first corner.
I think he is. It looks like it. They are side by side as they come up. Yep.
Yeah, what's the braking difference?
Yeah, it's
that
also
is exactly.
Yep, and the power as well. That the McLaren top line speed is just no match. Oh, we've got a bit of collision going on somewhere down here.
Oh, there's a lot of cars.
There's a lot of cars off. Let's see what happened here. It's into turn 1. Oh, Porsche into the back of Porsche, and there's a 296 into the back of it as well. Everyone having to get out of the way of that. Somebody just looked like they braked a little bit harder than the car behind them was expecting, and straight into the back. Yeah, sorry, Mr. Suspicious. So, for those that didn't see Jardier's stream earlier on, we gifted him a £199 as a thank you that we collected within the TOGA community, just to say a big thank you to him for being part of our TOGcast podcast, which you can see on Spotify and on YouTube if you want to see it. Oh, Marson, how's it going? Sorry, so many people with different names. It's tough to wow, we've got a three-way battle. We've got a 296 and a McLaren side by side, and the Mercedes looking to get up. Looks like Mercedes is maybe taking the 296's place. That 296, unfortunately, that's Williams, has lost 2 places in very quick succession. Cray is just driving off into the sunset as we speak. Pizzato, 296 on 296 here.
Yeah, very close with Gregorelli.
Yeah.
And Fass is also really close to Backstad.
Absolutely. And we also have Boot, who's right on the boot of Konzet as well. Let's go back to this battle that we've got. You can, yeah, I mean, they're starting to kind of settle down into rhythm now. Don't forget, this is 45 minutes left of this race, so it's not over. We've got pit stops to go and everything else. If you are watching on YouTube, please smash that like button for us. It really does help us, the channel, the community. If you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing, and you can also become a member for $2.99 per month. If you're on Twitch, hello, smash that follow button, and if you are feeling generous, please hit that subscribe button. Don't forget, you get, if you have a Prime account, you get 1 free subscribe per month. Anyway, that's the
there's 10-second penalty for car 21.
Yep, so
we're looking
David.
at David, so he has 10-second penalty for outbraking himself. So there must be some.
Yeah. Ron Konzet.
That's great. He's very fast. 141.7.
Wow. Konzet has just lost a position as well to Boot in that Mercedes. They again, the braking, and it looks like Konzet has got Williams. He's got 4 Ferrari 296s behind him now. I think it's only going to unfortunately be a matter of time before he is passed. The top 3 are evenly spaced out. Backstad seems to be about the closest at the moment. Fass right behind him. Any of these drivers make any kind of error at all, and there's a car behind him waiting to swallow up that position. So
Yeah, Pisatto and Gregorelli are still having a fight, and now there's also a Williams included.
yes, they are indeed. It looks like Phillips in the Porsche down in 20th place is overtaking Harshana, who's also in the Porsche.
And Harshana was starting in the midway
Yes,
of the back.
that's right, yeah. Oh, that...
But now there's Pisatto very close to Gregorelli, and also with
Absolutely.
Williams this can be something interesting.
And the McLaren goes defensive.
Yes.
That is going to hurt them.
Good driving there, no, nothing stupid.
No, absolutely. The two Ferraris are basically, you're looking at two lions in the Sahara or the in the bush. The McLaren is the unfortunate gazelle or antelope. It looks like they are waiting to pounce, both of them. That was a terrible analogy there. I do apologise. But
No, it was good.
thank you.
I was fun of it.
So Williams absolutely driving for his life at the moment. He's having to just look. His mirrors must have been full of Ferraris in the last couple of corners.
And now Face is really close. He's closed that gap
Absolutely
to
has.
Backstad. I don't know if Backstad made a little bit of mistake because Pryatko has got a little bit of breathing space, and now Face is right behind Backstad.
I wonder if it was in the last corner because the BRT
Face went a little bit wide there.
It looks like
and again
Fast was on the actual bumper of the Porsche as it was coming down start-finish straight. And Williams and Gregorelli, it looked like Williams had been passed, but he somehow got the position back just now.
And Pizzato has dropped behind David also.
Yep. So there's movement going all over the place. We are trying to show you as much of the racing as possible, but it gets difficult at times.
And now it's reached close to Christian, so we can try run this like there's very close. I say everything that is less in a second.
I think
so. There's Pryatko attacking Pataklin for P2. Then we have a massive fight for P4 between Backstad and Face. We have fight between
Flex
Christian
is a legend
and
and
Rich.
subscribe
We
to
have
the channel.
Gregorelli David, Pisatto Williams, all within a 1 second. Then we have another Williams and Way. And now there's David. Something happened.
Thank you very much, FLX, for the subscribe on YouTube. It's very much appreciated. I genuinely thought Fast would get the Porsche on the start-finish straight, but not to be...
And now there was some position change between Pataklin and Pryatko, but now they are back to how it was.
This is, for BRT, this is a very strong showing. Both cars attacking the Porsche and that McLaren as well.
Yeah, and now it looks like Face will.
I think it's all a matter of time. They're so close all around the track.
Has a lot of more speed, but Backstad is good at defending.
He's going for it. Oh, he's outbraked himself.
Too wide. And now we come to what I was talking earlier. Now Backstad have the speed advantage here. Okay, Face has the toe, but still it gets Backstad a little bit more speed, which will help him.
Oh, he's cooked it. Oh my goodness.
Now Christian coming.
Yeah, he absolutely...
Now we have a freeway fight here coming. And this does not do good for the Face tires. And there's Pryatko. There was Pryatko in the corner. What has happened to him?
Oh, he's hit the sausage curb in the second last corner and straight into the wall.
Oh.
That is going to cause a lot of damage to that car. He's managed to keep it going, but yeah, he's now got problems. He's got a heavily damaged car, and he's got a Porsche that is looking to take that position. Look how close they are. sweeping left hand off camber. You need to be careful you don't get washed out onto the gravel. And you honestly, I think Pryko is a sitting duck. As much as he's a great driver, with a damaged car, you know, how long can he hold on to this P3?
Yes, exactly. It's gonna be a lot of problems.
Huge train, but Fast got hard on the brakes, locked the brakes up, and then ended up oversteering, under braking, and nearly ended up with McLaren going past him. So a little bit of an error there. I don't know whether it was in his head what had happened in the last lap or not, but he certainly he's still there. I mean, he's only lost a couple of tenths, but it looks like Backstad is almost switched on now and went, oh, I can get P3 here.
Yeah, exactly. And if he now gets past Pryko, it will give him a lot of breathing space.
Yes.
With Face. And Face again, little bit too wide there.
Oh,
and
that's
that
close.
spun he had earlier, not the spun, but where he went the sideways, it warms his tires.
Yeah, absolutely.
It won't do good.
Yep. It's like driving on ice. If you overheat the tires, scrub them and blister them.
But now watch Backstad.
Oh, Pryko all over the place, going over the curb, as we see. Again, he's just showing himself in the mirrors of Pryko's Audi just now. It looks like Pryko is just hanging on here. He's
yes, exactly.
doing everything he can. He is 5 seconds behind Pateron, so if this releases Backstad, he really could, and he's getting very close. Is he going to have a look up on the inside here? No, he's not. But
these are really bad corners for the overtaking.
Yeah, but Pryko had to cover it.
Let's see.
Again, going defensive, Pryko going defensive into this.
But this is not very wise from Pryko, I must say. He has every right to fight for the position, but if he let Backstad go, he only lose one place because he now has the damaged car.
Yep.
So if he now starts to hold, he gonna drop a lot of more, and once drivers behind go to pit, if Pryko is gonna fight for that position, he may cut. There might be a lot of cars coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
Doing an outcut.
Now, I just want to see, now Fast in the past couple of laps has had a bit of a nightmare at this corner. This time, nice and smooth. A 10-second for Phillips now as well. And P16.
Yes, for causing a collision with 513.
Right, okay. 513 is Harshana. So you can see that.
Yeah, so that's probably the reason why Harshana is so back on the back.
Yeah. And Backstad all over the back. You can see that Audi still has the legs on the straight to keep away from the Porsche.
Yeah, exactly, but it's unstable in corners.
Yeah, absolutely. The aerodynamic assistance is not helping at all. You can see how badly damaged that Audi is. But at the moment, I'm quite surprised Fast hasn't caught up with them more, because this is hurting Backstad's times at the moment. If we have a look at Backstad was a 143.3, Bataglin's a 142.9, so there's 4/10 of a difference at the moment. If Backstad could get past Pryko, he really could be on a charge, but he's now got like a 6-second gap to Pateron.
Exactly, and this
looked like he braked late, or there was an issue with the brakes there.
Little bit too late, but nothing too serious. But also this Pryko fighting with Backstad is gonna run into Christian's basket.
Yep.
Because this way Backstad can make huge difference because Christian, when watching the gap, him and Backstad.
It looks like Ritz has made that pass. They go side by side to go round that tight end. Oh, so close.
But Christian defended greatly.
And they're side by side now. Let's not forget that That McLaren is not as fast on the straight. You can see the power of the Aston now.
Yeah, we see the same situation with Face earlier, and it ended up this way.
Yeah, and Ritz brakes beautifully, gets into the corner. Oh, I thought he went a bit deep there. The McLaren coming back on him now. That McLaren looking really good on the corners, but again, the Aston power just makes that convincing.
Just I was talking about Christian not getting too far behind Backstad, but now he's 4 seconds behind, so...
Yeah.
This fight really put Rich and Christian away from Face, Backstad and Prietko. They dropped 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Oh! Both went a little bit wide.
Oh, and thank you very much. Must say, Mac and Onion is a good combo. You two work so well together. Thank you very much. We're working on a relationship. It's a work in progress. No, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
As far as we keep it platonic, it will work.
Yeah, we don't want any office party, Christmas party things going on or anything like that.
Yeah.
HR will get involved.
Exactly.
Oh, and am I invited to the wedding? I will bring the cheese.
Oh my god.
So this is, again, so Fast has now caught up with Backstad. Backstad just not able to utilise the issues that Prideco has. And we've already got a 296 that's pitted, so someone in early, get pitted and get back out. Unfortunately has now joined this battle that's going on. Now this could be an issue for Backstad because he's trying to get past. Now as a stop goal for Jay, looks like that was maybe the one of the...
And now it looks like Backstad will make it.
Possibly, he's very, very close. That looks like speeding in the pit lane.
No, again the same situation. He gets very close, but then comes this section where you just can't. You can force the overtake, but there's high risk of
the Aston Martin
taking both. Oh.
Really wide there. I don't know if it's the brakes overheating or his tires, but Fast looks like he's doesn't look comfortable in that car at the moment. Peter Romeo, good evening. How are you, Peter? I hope you like the thumbnail for Sunday's...
Oh, Christian!
Oh, yep, he's went all kinds of horrible sideways there.
I believe he comes pit now. Because there's no point on staying after that.
Yeah, so the McLaren is notoriously bad for oversteers round that corner. You're on full power. You're trying to turn the car left. Let's see if he does go into the pits here. No, it looks like he's staying out. So
I would go.
Yeah, I mean,
some fights.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ahead with Prideco, Backstad, soon again face Rich. So if he would pit now, he can maybe do an undercut.
Yeah, I'm just looking.
Again, Backstad still trying to go with the Prideco. I don't know what is the Audi have so much power in the straight.
Yeah.
But its aero is not very good at the moment because of the damage. But still, Backstad can't get over. So should it be for Backstad to go into pit?
I would
try that way.
I would if I
because
was.
He's losing a lot of time behind.
Absolutely, I would take the sensible decision, get out of the way, go and get pitted, get back out, and hope that you get into some clean air.
Yeah.
Peter, yeah, we are doing fine, our Mac and Kimmy. So am I not getting the DC role now? Yeah, have you seen the thumbnail, Peter, for the Winter Championship on YouTube yet? BRT, thanks Toga for the organisation. It's an absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure. So, yeah, Backstad is right on the bumper now. I mean, he's 2/10 behind. No, the thumbnail. See if you go to, after this is done, if you go to the Toga YouTube channel and then go to live, you'll see the scheduled live races for this week, and you'll find your beautiful livery of your Aston Martin with snow on it as the thumbnail. So again, the Audi of Prideco just is not matched by the Porsche.
And now Rich and Face both go into the pit, and same with Cover, so everyone at the BRT is in the pit.
Yep, all in at the same time. I wonder if they've been listening and thought, you know, that sounds like a really good idea. Let's pit them. Mac and Julius said that, so let's do it.
It might be. But now who we need to curse?
Yeah, well, that's it, exactly. Commentators curse team tactics. Again, as we've said before, Backstad on the tight corners is able to get that Porsche close to the Audi, but the Audi power, Prideco, we honestly thought it was only a matter of time about 6 laps ago that Prideco was going to be a sitting duck, and he's proved us wrong. So he has.
Yes, and this is completely best situation behind that Prietko made the mistake, because now he's holding Backstad. Yep. And Gray is having a great lead, and Gray is in P5 in the championship.
Yep.
But if, and probably he's gonna win this, so he will get a lot of more points, and then Bruno is in P4 in championship, and he will now, at his stance, both of them gonna outscore Fleischmann and Backstad, which for the last round will make it even more tighter, because if we cross the line like now, there's 4 to 5 cars in the championship for the final in less than 20 points.
Yep. But let's not forget, Cray could well be disqualified from the championship for his qualifying and race times. So
yes, that's also, and we've seen earlier, there's anything can happen, and especially in Kyalami, the second last corner, the curb, and just one touch, too much of that, and it might ruin Gray's or Bataclin's position. So, like I said, probably many times here at TOGA, it's not over until it's over, because anything can happen. One hit to that bump curb and you are gonna be a kangaroo of South Africa. So
yeah, absolutely. It's yeah, I mean, I have to say Backstad a few times has been over curbs, and it's unsettled the Porsche, and it's cost him time. So just needs to be careful. I know he's trying to get past Prideco, and at this point there must be a level of frustration in the cockpit of Backstad's Porsche, because he'd be wanting to... Oh, and they both come into the pits at the same time.
Yeah, I don't see this good.
That's
if
not
I
a good
would
decision.
be Backstad, I would have
stayed out.
Wait and see what Prietko does. If Prietko comes in, I stay out. If Prietko stay out, I come in.
Yeah.
Because now we might see, but Prietko has the damage, so Backstad probably will get out earlier.
And it looks like Cray's in the pits as well.
Yeah, Cray is also in the pits.
Pateron is now our leader. Yeah, Peter, I was absolutely gutted that I missed the finale on Sunday, the 24 and 2.4. Oh, Christian getting all over the grass there. He needs to be careful. So the top 5 have pitted. The BRTs have all come out 13th, 14th and 15th at the moment. So that might put them in good stead. They've went for the undercut on the battle that was Prideco and Backstad. Cray slots back in P5, but if his times are anything to go by, it won't be long before he's back in P1 again. Grigorelli now up into P4, but bear in mind the top 4 have still to pit at the moment, so it looks like If we go by the pits at the moment, obviously Pateron still has to pit, but if Pateron has a bit of a nightmare, that could play into Pryko's hands in terms of pit stops.
Yeah, Christian has come in.
Yep.
And now it's interesting to see about what happens to Christian, because face, reach and cover went early bit.
Yep.
So they might come ahead.
They may
because
well
they
do,
have
yep.
put some good laps in. Okay laps at least.
Yep.
So we just have to wait and see. I reckon it's gonna be close.
It is going to be
But
close,
I've
yep.
said that earlier, and it hasn't been the way, so... I would say I would maybe be shut up, but also I'm a commentator, so if I'm shut up it's not gonna be good. But now, how big is the difference?
So Pateron to Cray is 44 seconds. I think Pateron will come out behind Cray.
Yeah, he will. There's no way he can be ahead.
Now let's see, we're back at this again. So Pryko has
And-
pitted but
yeah.
not fixed his car.
Yeah,
And
and that's the thing, he's again ahead of Backstad.
He is
and
ahead.
The problem is again here. But now,
I think if Backstad,
Backstad is getting angry.
he is, and that's the frustration that is going to end up costing him either positions or being able to get past, because we all know when we get frustrated driving, it doesn't help at all. You start making silly mistakes you wouldn't normally make, and it's a real issue. But again, Pryko just the last sector able just to power away from the Porsche without too many issues. So Gregorelli, Hammerl and Pippi have all pitted now, so Pateron appears to be the only one at the moment in the top 10 that hasn't pitted.
Yeah. I'm so watching, like my eyes is kind of freeze into the Backstad and Priatko fight, because I don't get the kind of idea behind this. We can see Backstad is faster by far,
Yep.
but he's been losing a lot time behind Priatko.
Yep. This is where the Porsche is the winner in the track, the first sector and second sector, but oh, Pryko again on the limit. Oh, and Backstad dips his rear wheel onto the grass. Both of them using every single part of the track just now. Conceit has pitted, Pizzato has pitted, and Laurent has pitted as well. So again, Pateron, the only person. Now Cray is up to P2 and is holding at 44 seconds behind Pateron,
Yeah,
but that is now coming down.
It's gonna be.
He's lapping 1.2 seconds faster than Pateron. So I think if I was Pateron, I would be pitting as soon as I can.
Yeah, but also Pateron is in a safe space because Priatko and Backstad losing so much time in their battle, so...
If Pateron plays this cleverly, he could be coming out of the pits at the same time that Cray's crossing start-finish line.
Yes, that's true.
Because you've got a mandatory 30 seconds that you're stationary. And it's not the longest pit in the world, but, you know, maybe I'm
It is not, yes.
I'm maybe just making this more into a drama than it actually is.
And comes in.
In he comes. So there we go. Now Cray is just coming up to the hairpin, coming back down the hill halfway through.
I think Cray is safe here.
I think so.
But
Pryko's got a yellow flag.
Oh,
This same corner again, is it? No, it doesn't seem to be. Oh, he's went wide. Oh my goodness. And do you know what? He didn't only save it from going into the wall. He's still ahead of Backstad. Backstad he must be wondering what he has to do to get past Pryko. Honestly. Like,
he needs our help. Pryko is so fast today. Like he's really looking to get that P3.
Yeah, absolutely.
No,
So
we don't do that on purpose.
No. Battleon just off the jacks now.
Yeah, and 10 seconds ahead, so
yeah,
it was you just trying to.
I was just trying to make drama.
Thing. Yeah.
Again, down, and let's just show you. I mean, the Audi is actually, this Audi is heavily damaged. I would think there's 10-15 seconds worth of damage on this Audi, and it's still able to maintain the distance. Now look at the different lines. I wonder if that's how Backstad is so much closer in sector 1 and 2, as he's taking a different line. And again, he's getting so close to Pryko. I wonder if Pryko's really struggling now. It
might be, but now it actually looks a bit closer than ever before.
Yeah, it does, but now...
As we see here, you are behind the car, you lose aero, so...
Yeah, absolutely, you get dirty wash. Pryko going defensive there. Now this is where they spun in last time, not the case this time. But they're using different lines, so the line Backstad is using is a different line than what I've seen people using, but it's actually quicker than what Pryko is.
It's slow in, fast out.
Yeah, absolutely. Heavy on the brakes, get the car rotated round, and again Pryko just minimises any kind of pace that Backstad had. I think unfortunately Backstad is going to need a miracle to get past Pryko. There, I've said it. It's out there now.
This is the corner where you...
Backstad, all kinds of issues going round the there. He's pushing as hard as he can. He knows this is the best place. He's up close and personal now.
Now he's very close. He is
going to get a nice toe down here. No advantage. He must be going for the... And look how Pryko is going so defensive as they come in. Now this is going to hurt Pryko on the exit because he's had to go defensive. So very close. That was near contact there.
Yeah. And now it's interesting to see what Backstad does.
Yeah, because this is the...
Now it's closer than ever before.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is it still enough?
And again...
And now Face has catch also Christian.
Yeah, I can see that just in the background. Oh, that Porsche taking a little bit of dirt there. Oh, Pryko. Oh, that car looks as if it's ready to dive off the track. Just going around that corner.
Yeah.
Again, so very close, but just... It's fine getting close, but it's trying to get past. It seems to be the issue tonight for Backstad. That Audi is as wide as a 44-ton HGV at the moment.
Exactly.
And I have to say, Pryko's defending is spot on. He's not weaving. He's not moving under braking. He is going defensive and staying on that line and then dealing with it afterwards. Class.
He's playing good. And that's the thing. We know very much most of these drivers, and probably that is also the one reason why the quality of racing has got better, because also once I see more of the drivers we have here, it creates some sort of trust, because you see how they handle things.
Yep, absolutely.
And trust provides close but fair racing.
Yes, absolutely. And again, Pryko having to change lines. Now this is something that you're taught if you go to any racing academy or any kind of you're getting taught by someone who's
Pace
passed.
take.
Yep.
Whoa, where he took it. Wow. That's impressive.
Just
because
it
that's
now.
not usual overtaking
it's not.
spot.
But again, space given by both drivers. There's enough respect being shown there.
Yeah.
So you're taught not only to drive the racing line, but when you're learning a track, drive in the defensive lines as if someone's trying to overtake you, so that you know how to deal with the car when you're not in the perfect racing line position.
Yes. Those are good points.
Oh, they're side by side again, Christian and Fass, as it came out of that this left hand hairpin. But again, Fass just sticks that Aston Martin.
And sorry for everyone that we have not able to show every fight, but you just have to prioritize things. If you have a fight for P2 and four-way battle for P16, you just have to see what happens in P2.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
like rules of racing.
Oh, and you're really impressed with racing in TOGA recently. It's been so clean.
Watch now.
Yep.
Backstat.
Again, taking the alternate line, bringing the car in early.
Yeah, but
late,
that doesn't work. Now Prietko knows the trick.
Yeah, he does.
It hasn't worked, so maybe Backstat need to try something else.
I tell you, Prietko has been soaking this pressure up for a good, 15 laps? 16 laps?
Yeah, it's been a lot.
It's he will be mentally and physically exhausted by the end of this, regardless. But the side-by-side now, oh! Again, Prietko going defensive. Backstad trying to bring the Porsche back on the undercut in the corner. Just not quite enough. Looking again, Prietko having to go defensive in every single corner here. He's looking more in his... Oh, and now they're side by side going up the hill, up towards the hairpin.
Now what is the Backstat strategy here? Seems like he's doing it again.
Yeah.
Slow in, fast out,
Yep.
yes. But watch that speed in Audi when it kicks to...
Yeah, when he gets onto the straight, the Porsche can't do anything
Yeah.
about it. But now he's going...
But now
he's
it's
going
very
for it.
close.
He is going for it side by side.
But Prietko has somewhat better
don't
line.
make contact. Prietko switches it back, but
little bit
Backstad
pain
makes
braiding,
that
but-
stick. It has taken Backstad a long time to get past Prietko. Can he
Yeah,
now?
now we need to
Prietko's
see.
had to
Oh.
take out the braking there. Otherwise, he was taking himself and Backstad out.
That was very close.
Yeah, that was good reactions by Prietko there, but that has now cost him 1 second. So it has.
Yeah. And I believe now Backstat just went off because he's been faster the whole race.
Yep. Let's have a look now and see. I was going to be interested to see if Fast from the BRT can close that gap with Prietko at all. The 1.6 seconds splitting them at the moment, and Christian's 1 second behind in the McLaren, so not a real issue for Fast at the moment. Fast may have taken some confidence in seeing Backstad eventually getting past Prietko, but it has taken a huge battle, and I dare say Backstad and Prietko's tyres are probably screaming in agony at the moment, because they have been fighting tooth and nail. Even after coming out of the pits, they were right behind each other. I just wonder, like we talked about earlier, Julius, if I was in Backstad's position...
Oh, there's Boot around. He spun on the curb. No,
Oh, he's
there,
taking the
stay
sausage
there.
curb, yep. He's taking that, this death by sausage curb. Yes,
Played it smart.
as Peter
Waited
says,
till everybody gets.
please smash that like button. It helps us greatly. So it does. Yeah, so sorry. If I was Backstad when it was coming to the pits and I seen Prietko going into pits, I would have stayed out. I would have stayed out and did 1 or 2 more laps. Oh, Backstad getting all kinds of wrong as he comes round that corner. That is going to hurt him, as it's now Pryko is in striking distance. He's about 5 car lengths behind, but that is a lot closer than what he was in the last lap.
Yeah, you need a lot of concentration when coming to that bouncy curve.
Look, Pryko is able, by the looks of it, to brake later.
Yeah, it was a lot later. It was like 100 meters later.
So, I wonder, when you're in Pryko's position...
And now Face comes in. I don't know how this will go.
Yeah, this three-way battle could go any way, shape and form. As you said, Julius, it's all about concentration for 50 minutes. Every corner, if you take your eye off any apex for a split second, or you think about anything that isn't to do with Kyalami track, you will just end up in all kinds of issues that you could possibly think of. But I just wonder if Pryko is now sizing Backstad up. If he's able to brake later, and look how much closer he gets under braking.
Exactly.
He gets a lot of oversteer as he comes out of the hairpin corner there. Again, that's pushing him into fast.
Yeah. And Fast is for me a bit of dark horse for this.
Yes.
Mac, who is your driver of the day so far?
Ooh, now that is a good question. Do you know what? I couldn't split two of them. I would say Backstad and Pryko were two of the drivers I would say have been immense.
And maybe for me it's a little bit in the Pryko's favor due to that damaged car, but also Face has driven really well today.
Absolutely. So if
the pass he made on Christian was perfect.
Yes. So I'm just putting a poll up onto YouTube for driver of the day. So we've chosen 3 drivers that we have impressed us today with their defending, with their attacking, with their general consistency, and it's going to be up to everybody in the YouTube chat to decide who your driver of the day is. So we will go with Pryko,
Face and Backstad.
Yep.
And also there's Pateron and Gray, but we really haven't seen nothing.
No.
Not too much from them. We have seen a lot of pace.
Yep.
And a lot more pace, but yeah, they both driving good and well, but the real stars of today in terms of content is Backstad, Pryko, Face.
Yes,
in
absolutely.
that axle.
Absolutely. This 3-way battle is going down to the checkered flag. There's nothing separating these 3 cars at the moment. Fast getting a little bit over the curbs there, but look how close they are. There is literally...
Yeah, now watch Fast. Oh,
Pryko very close now.
Pryko can brake so much later,
but
Face again, little bit of oversteer.
Yeah.
Pace car seems very unstable.
It does. It seems to be on the edge a lot, and look how defensive Backstad's going. Look how close the... but he's lost it. Pryko.
And now what happens between Face?
Fast is all over the back of that Audi now. I think Pryko has reached the limit of when he can brake, because he ended up with a huge amount of oversteer.
And it seemed like he was extending that every single lap a little bit more, and now he finds the gap. But look again, Face, he's having a lot of unstableness in the drive. It seems like he was here again doing little wibbly in between, and now again.
Yeah. I wonder if there's
I don't know if there's some sort of damage or some wrongness in the tire pressures, because that car is very unstable.
Yeah, absolutely. I have to say that, I wonder if Pryko is just playing with different braking points to see if he can gain enough of an advantage that he can either get past or beside that Porsche into the braking and into the apex. But look at Fast! Oh my goodness! That was so close. I don't think that was meant. I'm not taking anything away from Fast, but I don't think that was an intentional closing in on the car.
Probably not.
Let's see how Fast gets on an exit here. A bit smoother that time, so there's no difference between these three cars flat out. None of them have got an advantage over the rest. But again, Pryco a bit more careful on the brakes this time. I think he's maybe learned his lesson. He could have went from 4th very well to 6th or 7th easily.
Yeah, exactly, because Christian and Rich is not too far behind. And we have all of the BRTs in the top 10, which is nice to see.
It is, absolutely. We've got 5th.
And that Aston Martin is beautiful car.
It is, yes, absolutely.
And the livery these guys have, so...
Oh, it's absolutely on point, so it is. But Fast, again, is very, very close to the back end of that Audi, so Pryco's went from putting pressure on to having the pressure applied to him. Is that Aston going to go for a look? No. But look how close Fast is now. Can Fast do anything? Again, the Audi power just matching the Aston. But again, they're catching Backstad. So they are... Oh, both of them. Oh my goodness. Oh. The more this goes on, the... Oh, that was very bumpy.
No.
Oh, he's very close now. He's so close.
I think Pryco is the best one on the brakes.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Pryco seems to be able to brake a shorter distance and control it better.
Yeah.
But, and again though, Fast, very good on the brakes as well on that Aston into the turn 1.
Yeah, Backstad looks kind of worst of these three in braking.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then we know Pryco has damage and Face's car is really unsettled.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think there must be some issue with the tires because in setup, because that car looks to handle very weirdly.
Yeah,
like
we're used to seeing the BRT Aston Martins being very, very settled on the setup, but
yeah, this looks nothing on that way.
FLX, your Uber driver is driver of the day. Okay, fair dues. That's fair enough. I hope you left him 5 stars. Okay, leader is on the last lap. And Hammerl is very close to the back.
18-second difference. What's the fastest laps of these guys?
141.377.
Yeah, and Pateron's last lap. 142.9.
It was invalid right enough, so he's crossed those track limits at some point.
But the fastest lap of the race, 141.377. Jesus.
I know. I'm just going to have a look actually to see what the race... so Kyalami's a 143.0. Which would take...
Oh, Hammerley is attacking Rich.
Oh, yeah. So Ritz now moves up to P7. Or was he P7 already?
Yeah, he was P7 and Hammerley was closing in. But hey, oh, Face got the drive-through.
Oh, what?
Oh, that's huge.
He's got to drive through for track limits. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he's gonna drop out from the top 10.
Oh no.
Not good.
That is heartbreaking. Fast has had such a great race all the way through. Oh, there's a Mercedes, but I think that's a back marker maybe. Oh. Wow.
That's very bad.
That is...
and Gray has won the race.
The battle isn't over yet. Pryco is still smelling some kind of of battle for P3. He's so close. Oh, he's touched him. There has been contact between Backstad and Pryko. Oh
and
my
now,
goodness. Oh,
how this gonna
Pryko's
go?
throwing that
Very
Audi
close.
at everything now.
And Pryko drop it. And now we can see Face going into the
Yep,
pit.
absolutely. That is heartbreaking. I can't even imagine how fast is track
And
limits.
now he's-
Yeah, I believe it is track
And
limits.
Pateron in
BRT.
P2, Backstad takes P3, Pryko in P4.
Wow, what an absolute
Christian
battle.
take P5.
Wow, that was an immense race. These
Yeah.
two, wow.
And Face finished in seventh still. So
That's
he was
good,
in
yeah.
the top 10.
Yep, and Dekauer
But
is in
still he
P9.
dropped 2 places for Christian and Rich.
Yep.
Well, Rich is a teammate, and Hammerly in P8, Recover in P9, and well, there's not too much battles going on anymore, but
So
I mean, Cray.
So Fast has got a 30-second penalty now. So I'm assuming that's because the drive-through couldn't be completed.
Oh no.
So he's now got 30 seconds added onto his time. That drops him way down.
Yeah, he take basically both.
Yep.
Oh no.
Oh man. So unfortunate.
But it still seems like he was able to take P10.
Yeah, at the moment it's three BRTs in the top 10. Absolutely, they are smashing it. Each time they seem to be getting quicker and quicker, but it's a shame. It is a real shame considering how well Stephen had raced.
And who was our driver of today?
So our driver of today, it was between Pryko, Backstad, and Fass. Fass, with that drive-through in 30 seconds, has won driver of the day with 40% of the votes. It was tied with Pryko and Backstad are tied. Sympathy vote. Rules are rules, BRT. You're absolutely right. Everyone else managed somehow to stay in the track limits.
And it's probably due to the fact that how Face's car was, because it was so unstable.
Yeah.
So that forced him a little bit off track, and it's absolutely shame to see, but
yeah,
still he got some good points, so it's not like the end of the world.
No,
but
that's it, and it's still a strong showing from the
it
BRT
was.
team. So it is.
Exactly, 3 cars in top 10 is good thing.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, it's a difficult track to drive when your car is settled and you feel comfortable with it. When you're in a car that isn't settled and you're not confident of getting the power on and exit or going into the braking, Kyalami is one of the worst tracks you could be racing on because there's no corner that has any sympathy for that. So super unlucky. So it is. So we have switched over to the driver interviews. And let's see if anyone has popped in.
We have Dexter, the winner.
Dexter, and we've got Bruno Battiglin. So Julius.
P1 and P2.
Yeah, Julius, if you want, do you want to speak to Dexter? We'll bring him in.
Yeah, bring him in.
There we go.
Hello.
Hi.
How's it going?
Not bad. I'm more about mood this week.
We didn't watch you too much in the stream because you were in pace-wise in your own league. How does the track felt?
So it's one of the better tracks. So
Yeah.
corner cheetah is basically 50-50 if you die or not. Luckily I rolled the dice on each time it didn't die. Tried to kill me twice or 3 times. But it wasn't too bad.
Well, you were last time saying after the Indy that this is stronger track, but you had a lot of understeer and stable issues in Indy. Was the car stable today?
Yeah, the Audi is very quick around Kyalami anyway, with no bop. It's like the second fastest car on this track. So it's quite stable. It's just got to stay off the curbs. Don't make them too much, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, well, you gained a lot of points today, and the next round is, as it stands, it's Monza, so with double points. What is the target? Because now you're even closer into P1 in the championship, and
P1?
the next round is double points, so there's a lot of in line. But what's the target for Monza? Are you going for the biggest position or?
I'm just happy with the top three because the start of the season started off rather badly. So just trying to just be in the top three would be nice. Monza's not exactly the hardest track on the planet to get right. So I got a feeling everybody else's pace as well is going to be quite up there.
Yeah, but Monza Turn 1 can be really the settling point when it comes to the top positions.
Yeah, you just need to qualify near the front and hopefully get through it before some bulldozer comes behind and just wipes out everybody.
Yeah, well, do you have anything to add? Mac might have you some questions too, but do you have anything that comes to mind you want to especially speak about?
The only thing I really thought about was how did you keep your concentration for the entire race when you weren't really being challenged in any way, shape, and form?
Just hitting my apexes, hitting my braking points, just trying to keep the car on track as best I can. So the Audi's not exactly known for its stability, so
yeah,
just focusing on trying to keep it on the track whilst also keeping my pace up because Pateron behind, even though I was 17 seconds in front. At the start of the stint, I wasn't losing him that quickly. He was only 3-4 tenths a lap roughly off me.
Yep.
So, I still had that in the back of my mind. And just don't make a mistake. Keep it on track.
Yep. And that's all you can do is keep hitting your apexes and, as you say, for the Audi, stay off the curbs and just drive the best race you can drive. I take it you weren't influenced in any way about when you were pitting, because you said yourself you had quite a gap to P2 Battaglan, so there was nobody really forcing your hand with the undercut or the overcut or anything like that. So I take it was just a decision you were like, right, I'm going to go and pit now.
It was more of I have to pit now, so I had no fuel.
Well, but that would do it. Yeah, we don't want you running out of fuel in the middle of the track. No, I mean, congratulations, a great race. You're in a league of your own between the combination of yourself and Audi and the track. You did well, so yeah, look forward to seeing you in the final round.
Hopefully, if I don't get cooted.
We'll leave that up to the people who get paid big bucks for that kind of thing. But no, absolutely, it's you've did really well. So congratulations.
Thank you.
See you later. Bye.
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 Right, we have got Bruno Battaglan with us now. Good evening, Bruno. How are you?
Hello. All good?
You're good. Awesome. That was that a boring race for you?
I was basically alone all the time, so it was like a timer attack.
Were you aware of the battle Prideco was having with Backstad behind you?
Yeah, I was looking at the times there, and they were close, so I imagine they were fighting.
Yeah, so I take it you were quite happy for them to fight and let you drive off into the sunset, as it were.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It gave me space for breath.
Yeah, absolutely. How did the BMW feel on Kyalami?
I was pretty confident with the car, so the last season I spun and hit the wall. And today I was like more careful, so the car was way more comfortable to drive.
Yeah, that's good. Is Kyalami a track that you enjoy?
Absolutely, I really like this track, especially when you learn how to drive it. So it's a really, really enjoyable track.
As we obviously heard from Dexter there, who's P1, about how the Audi, you need to avoid the curbs in Kyalami. Is the BMW different? Are you able to kind of ride the curbs a bit more with it?
Yes, absolutely. My setup was amazing, so I can cut most of the curbs without any issue. So
was that a soft setup that you were running today?
yes, to keep more control and let the car more stable.
Yeah, no, absolutely. The pace you had, I mean, as Dexter was saying, he had to keep focused because you were almost matching each other's times going over the start finish line. So if he had made any mistake at all, you were there to gain whatever time was available. How do you feel about going into Monza for the last race?
I think the BMW is a good car for Monza. I need to practice. It's a long time that I don't race there.
Yeah.
But it's a pretty common track, so muscle memory, it's already there just to reactivate it.
It's amazing how many people, and I include myself in this, don't race Monza unless you have to. I don't know what it is. It's like if I was to choose a track, Monza wouldn't be one of them to just race around. So, yeah, I mean, that's good. Julius, have you got any questions?
I just had to say I don't agree with you, the Monza part. It's great track. Why you don't wanna race at Monza?
I'm just bored of it. I'd rather drive any other track than Monza just because half of the time you're just driving in a straight line.
Well, I give you that. But not without biting my teeth. But yeah, well, so Bruno, like we once said about you, the difference between you from last season to this season has been massive. Is there any secret? What have you done? Or is it just that you learned something? Or is it like you just driven and got confidence? Or
I think I try to be more patient with the car, with the turnings, and try to learn from my mistakes. So instead, try to go faster. I try to go more consistent.
yeah, that's also that's one way to do it. Like learn what you have done wrong, and then like make sure to not do those again, and then concentrate a little bit more. You may lose time at first, but once you get in the rhythm, it will make you so much better driver. So, I mean, now you got again a lot of good points in, and you were already in a good position in the championship. But now that the top 3 is very close, at least when it's double points next round. So are you aiming for the first spot?
Of course, I will try my best to keep ahead from Kristen and make all the effort I can to win the race.
Sounds like a good plan.
You're currently sitting 21 points behind Magnus, who's in P1 at the moment in the championship. It has taken into consideration this round at the moment. That's obviously pending any issues, but there wasn't many issues on the track, I have to say. Did your heart sink any when you saw Backstad getting past Prideco?
Actually, I didn't think anything. I was way ahead, so
yeah.
I was just focusing in don't commit any mistakes, so just bring the car home.
Yeah, no, more in terms of, the championship. Obviously, if Backstad hadn't got past Prideco, he wouldn't have gained as many points, so it would have made your points difference less. But I guess you were just focused on the race at the time. You weren't really thinking about championship points and things like that.
Yeah, no. At the race, I didn't think. When I start thinking, I start losing points, so
Exactly.
I go back to focus.
Yeah. I am going to say you. I mean, you're round one. You were P9. Round two, you took the third step in the podium. Round three at Indy, you took P4, and you've taken P2 today. Is there a P1 in you somewhere?
Sorry?
Is there a? Do you think there's a chance of winning this last race?
You didn't listen, I asked it earlier.
I know, but I asked it in a different way that was different. No, absolutely, Bruno. You did an amazing race tonight. Unfortunately, you didn't get very much airtime because it was yourself and Cray were miles ahead. So it was almost like a Max Verstappen moment where you only get like 10 seconds at the end of the race when you cross the start finish line. So, but yeah, absolutely. Owen has said in the chat as well that you've done an amazing job, so much better now than last season. Great work, Bruno. So,
Thank you.
high praise from the alien master himself. So, right, okay, we won't keep you any longer, Bruno. Go and chill out and relax a little bit. And congratulations on your P2.
Thank you very much.
See you later.
Good night, you too.
Bye bye.
Bye.
We actually have Mr. P2 in the championship in the chat. I'll hand Julius over for this one, and I'll sit quietly. Here we go.
Hello, Christian.
Hello.
First of all, how the race went, how it felt.
It was painful, but it was a nice race. I enjoyed actually being in the pack and actually battling, especially the first couple of laps. It was really cool to battle the guys. I like that the racing is really clean. So congratulations to everyone for keeping it clean and no red flag again. So I'm happy with the race.
Yeah, I must point out too that one of the biggest winners in this season is basically every driver because it's been so clean. But now coming to another real question and not talking about what do I agree and like that, but you're in 9 points behind Backstad.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about when the final hits in Monza?
So I did the math right now, and I saw that if I get first place, then Backstad can get second place, and I'm still golden. So I'm only focusing on myself. I'm just trying to win Monza. It would be a really nice way to end the season. So yeah, I'm aiming for another win.
Yeah, and that's honestly, if you don't aim for those big prize and wins, well, Mario Andretti said it, but if you're not there to win, there's no justified to even be there. So I get what you say, and there is indeed double points in Monza. So that would mean if you win, and we all know Monza turn 1, there's anything can happen. So if you win and Backstad have any sort of issue, then it may end up in a big way. And same in the other way around. If you have any big issues or anything like that,
yeah, the thing is like everyone is so close to each other in the standings. It doesn't really matter. Exactly. I guess whoever will win the last race is going to be even Bruno has a good shot at the championship. So I think it's going to be awesome, and I'm glad that Monza is the race that's going to be the decider, because as I said in my previous last week, I think that everyone knows Monza and everyone will be really competitive. So there will not be just one driver doing a Max Verstappen, which I think will be cool.
Exactly, and also the Monza is track event at Mac shamed the Monza, but the Monza is track where you can basically fight everywhere around the track.
Yeah, exactly. I actually really like that track. I don't know why.
Simple of speed.
Why your other host dislikes it? Because I think that every corner is like an overtaking opportunity, and because there are like really slow corners, there will be lots of chance to battle, and
Yes.
I think that's cool.
Yes, it offers a lot of overtaking spot, and there's also it's wide enough to run 3 wide and 2 wide, and there's only couple corners where you really can't like mend the whole corner side by side. And yes, I'm speaking about the chicanes. Other than that, you can run basically side by side the whole track.
Yes, exactly. I think it will be really cool. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, now
luckily Kyalami is over.
Yeah.
I was really afraid of this track because I know that the McLaren is really weak.
Yeah, so but you did good still. P5, it's not bad thing.
Yeah, I tried to minimize the damage. I mean, I saw in the first lap that there were guys that were just simply quicker than me. I didn't even try to better them because I think that would have just hurt my own race. So I tried to play like the patient game and just getting like qualifying laps without any battles. And in the end, it turned out, luckily, the driver in front of me got a drive-through just on the last lap. That was like a really lucky timing for me.
Yeah. Mac, do you have anything to add or ask?
No, I think you covered absolutely everything, but yeah, big congratulations. I mean, you're only 9 points behind to win this championship, and you know there's a lot of points to be made in terms of it. So no, I've nothing at all. Just congratulations again, and I'll be watching you closely with that beautiful McLaren.
Thank you very much. My girlfriend made it. So shout out to her.
Well, there we go. So there's a little bit of insider knowledge as well. That's no, it's lovely. So it is. The livery is looking good, and even for being Kyalami in the McLaren, to finish 5th was pretty good. And obviously Fass had the drive-through and then the 30 seconds because he couldn't fulfill the drive-through, so that kind of bumped you up a little bit, but still it's going to be a very close battle next week.
Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, and just remember, no one wins in the turn 1.
I know that.
Just watch out for the torpedoes.
But I guess everyone knows that in this championship because the fighting has really been clean.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I guess that the drivers matured.
Yes,
especially coming from the previous rookie season. There was like red flag every race.
That's right, yeah.
This one really is like clean.
Yeah, there hasn't been a red flag in this championship at all. So there hasn't. So yeah, it's looking good. Okay, right, go and enjoy the rest of your evening, and we'll hopefully speak to you next week.
Yep. Have a nice day.
You too.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Right, there we go. So, more votes than likes on the stream. Oh man, 27 votes, and Prideco got driver of the day. I just left the votes running just to see. So yeah, Prideco did win the after all with 56%. So yeah. So thank you very much to people on Twitch for watching. Thank you very much to the lovely people on YouTube for watching and hopefully liking as well. Ollie and Julius will be back on Friday evening at 7:45 GMT for the Porsche Cup GB. I'll be taking a night off, and I might try and sneak a watch of it and see how it goes. Yeah, have you anything you want to add, Julius?
No.
Okay.
I mean, cleanliness around this championship in rookies is on another level.
Yeah.
It's exactly fine. It's fantastic. We have 4 races, 4 starts. Last season we had 5 races and 9 starts.
Yeah, it really is. I actually keep forgetting when I'm commentating these races that this is a rookie championship. Just because of battles, and it wasn't just the battle at the front with Pride Co and Backstad, it was the battles further down the track, down the grid as well, that were still clean. You know, drivers were giving each another room, or if they seen somebody out breaking themselves, they made sure that they kept out the way and then took the corner. So it's been an absolute pleasure. So next week, at the same time, 7:30 GMT, will be the final race of season 6 of the Rookie Championship. So thank you very much from Julius and myself for watching. I think I have went a full stream without calling him Julian. I don't want to confirm that just yet, but I believe it has. So until next time, take care. Thank you very much for the love and support, and we'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.